Hey beautiful! Today I wanted to talk really quickly about kind of how I built my confidence. A lot of people have asked me that, and I guess I just thought I'd share it. It started when I got my job at Hooters. So I worked at Hooters for like 5 years. My ego wants me to tell you that I was in the calendar for 2015 and 2016. We went on tour, it was really cool. But during that time, a lot of things happened. Like, yes, I developed my confidence, but then it kind of got to a point where I like got cocky, and kind of had made you feel like you got this like inflated sense of self, like that you were just hot shit. Which, I mean, one, it can help you when you don't have any confidence, and then it can kind of build you up, but then also like it can take it too far and you can just think you're hot shit. And yeah, so basically that's kind of like what happened. But then on the flip side, I got like really negative, and once again my ego was just like, it just got really big. And as far as like, oh, I've worked here for so long, like I'm like an OG Hooters girl, like just like petty kid shit. And I've been talking about this, I'm like, oh my god, Erica, because I got bullied in middle school and in like during high school. I really kind of brought that over like to my job and like to the new girls. I would just be like unnecessarily mean and bitchy, like just and it's like I already have resting bitch face, but I was like just extra like serving hard ass face for no reason. Like these people were just trying to work, and here I was being a freaking biatch basically. But just leave the cattiness, leave the like just the mean girl shit, leave it aside, honey. You don't need it. But definitely use it to build confidence. That's what helped me. Any like service-based job, like looks plus service, like Hooters was like the girl next door, but it wasn't just being a server, it was like, server like and the experience. So it was kind of like being on stage, and like just being, you just had to be on. You had to be like bubbly and fun and smiley and look pretty, and like, have your makeup done, and like, just be fun. And like for that, it was, because I worked there for so long, it was so easy to kind of just picture it as a stage. And I'm very like idealistic anyway, so like I kind of carried that to the rest of my life. And like, I mean, I guess it could be kind of a bad thing, but I think about it in a positive way, because I'm very self-aware and I am aware of how other people are perceiving me. Like they can pick up on like how you look, or like your energy, if you're like slumped over, you look sad, and you know what I mean? Like, so I'm just making sure that I am exuding an energy that I want people to be receptive to, that I'm like being present, I look put together, I look like I feel, I look confident. And maybe initially when you're starting this, or even in my journey, I didn't feel that way, but over time, like I said, Hooters did help, but over time I started to feel that way, because that was how I was portraying myself on the outside. So it's kind of like a fake it till you make it sort of deal. And I kind of just say that because for a long time I felt like people were like just better than me, like because I was black, because I just never felt like I fit in, because I talk proper. I mean, that's like not even quotes, I don't know why I did that. I talk proper, but like with black people, and I grew up with like around all white people. So when I did start being around more black people, like in schools and stuff, they would be like, you're trying to be white, like you're a white girl, you're an Oreo. Like if I had $1 every time somebody said I was an Oreo, I have to be building my fucking empire right now, okay? So yeah, so it was just like that. And then like obviously I wasn't white, so I wasn't completely fitting in around white people. I didn't grow up with a lot of money, so I always felt like people had more money than me. I would never invite people to my house, because I just felt my house was just like, I was ashamed, like legit ashamed. I would have I would have panic attacks anytime anyone had to come over, even like just for like a second, like, and it wasn't even often, but like when it did happen, I would like try to clean everything, try to like make sure that the house like didn't look like, just didn't look like a hole in the wall because I tied my value, my worth to like external things. And you know, that brought me a lot of sadness because, you know, if you don't have a lot of money and you're tying your self-worth to that, how do you think you're gonna feel? I felt really shitty. I would just walk with my head held down, and you know, I just would never look people in the eye. You know, it just wasn't good. And something that kind of always stuck with me, and it was that God is always with me. So whenever I'm walking into a place, I'm never walking in there alone. Like, God is always with me. And for some reason, that really, this was like years and years ago, that really stuck with me because I would get so anxious going into places, like social anxiety. I know a lot of people struggle with that, you know, and you feel like, oh my God, I'm walking into this place. Or like when you go to, and when you're in school and you have to like go to lunch, I would never be in lunch. I would always be in my car or like literally on a curb the days I didn't have my car, just by myself. Like, I was just so like riddled with anxiety, like, oh my God, where am I gonna sit? Like, I don't have any friends. People are gonna see me sitting alone. Like, this is really embarrassing. I'd rather just be by myself. So, you know, all of that, all of those conditions and like just vibes, it really just was not, it wasn't conducive. It just was, when I read that, I was like, wow, okay, like I'm not alone. Like, I'm not just by myself trying to do this life on my own. Like, God is with me. And that really, really stuck to me. So I really encourage you to, you know, really think about that. Other things that have helped me with my confidence: learning how to do makeup. Yes, beating my face. And you know, sometimes it takes like something on the outside, something that you can physically see, whether or not, you know, it's like skincare and your skin's improving, or makeup you're putting on, something that can give you like, okay, wow, like my eyes can see that I'm pretty, I'm beautiful, so that means I'm beautiful. And you know, it should definitely go deeper than that. You shouldn't just be, you know, concerned on the surface level. You should really be diving deeper and going within. But I'm just saying, using makeup and skincare as a tool to lift the veil on the value and the worth and the beauty that you are internally, and you know, your inherent value, I think it's a great tool for that. What else helped me? Yoga. Not only helped me with my overthinking, because yoga helps you still your mind, it helps you connect deeper with yourself. So doing this, I found a lot of peace. I found like I was making all this space inside that I could fill, you know, that was once filled with trauma from, you know, not having a dad around, and you know, just looking for love and guys and alcohol and things. And you know, I'm still in debt. Full transparency, I'm still in debt for the poor mistakes that I felt, because I felt so alone and sad inside and empty. I'm still paying off that sadness, but you know what? It's happening, and you know, everything's on the upswing now. But you know, all of that sadness, all that emptiness and loneliness that I felt once I started doing yoga, it started leaving. I started feeling peace. I started feeling love and joy and happiness, like just in the joy of being, like just being alive right now, you know? Affirmations, I am a huge believer and fan of affirmations. I think that they are so powerful, and they're so powerful because they can reprogram your subconscious mind if you keep doing them. Repetition is key for anything in life. If you want to see results, you have to keep doing them. So even when you don't believe them, it can feel silly sometimes, so you gotta push through, keep going. So I would tell myself, I am beautiful, I'm worthy, I am intelligent. I would literally wake up. I started affirmations in college. I didn't start yoga until like 2 years ago. I would put the affirmations on my ceiling, so when I woke up, those were the first thing I saw. I would write them down every morning. I would put them in my bathroom. I would put them everywhere. And right now I started setting reminders on my phone. So like journaling and really getting, you know, doing some introspection, like how do you truly feel? Like, where are you getting stuck in life? You know, where do you feel like you can improve? And another thing that now just came to me that has really boosted my self-confidence, and I don't even think about it because I'm such a junkie. I am a junkie for personal development. Mostly listen to audiobooks, like let's be real, who has time to like sit down and read an actual book? But I am reading an actual book of You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. Reading books, like expanding your mind, expanding your skill set, you know, taking a course, listening to podcasts. I am a huge podcast listener. I love them. There's a whole bunch on Spotify. Top of my head, Mind Valley podcast, the Jenner Kutcher podcast, Badass Business Babes podcast, the Spiritual Boss Babe, what else? Greatness, School of Greatness. There's one by Sean Stevenson. I can't remember the name. Take advantage of your idle time. Listen to a podcast. Do something that where you feel like you're gaining knowledge. And when you are continuously learning, always being the student, you will feel so much better. You're not just like, oh, well, I just, you know, learned what I learned in school and that's it. Like, learning does not stop when school stops. You need to continuously be growing and progressing, because if you're not growing, then you might as well be dead, and you're not dead because you're watching this. So it's time to get up, rise up, do something today that's going to benefit your tomorrow, and over time you're going to be like, wow, like I feel like a completely different person. Another thing, look in the mirror. Don't stop being uncomfortable with looking in the mirror, looking at yourself. You are beautiful, you are worthy, you are divine energy. Like, tell yourself, good morning, beautiful. I love to tell myself, good morning, beautiful. Especially when I wake up, I'm looking all puffy face, I got my yellow bonnet on, looking crazy. Worthy. I was watching Queen of the South. I love that show. Teresa, she was wearing this dress, and Camila was like, so you gonna wear that dress, or you gonna continue to let it wear you? This is your life. You gonna just go by just being reactive to life, or are you going to be responding to life? Are you going to be showing up in your power and your truth? Are you gonna be owning that shit?